Our special guest this morning is, as it turns out, one of Australia's finest exports. It's not Foster's, it's Adam Garcia, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you again. The Coyote Ugly star, of course, he started dancing, I think just outside Sydney, wasn't it?
Yeah, just in the northern side.
Age 7, and now judges Britain's best hoofers in the Sky One series Got to Dance. Australia's obviously it's a famously macho place. So how did it go down when you said you wanted to start dancing? That
I was beaten senseless. Yeah, that was my mum. And then it was actually I don't know why it was fine for me. I think I was at the age of 7. I don't think anyone knew any different because I played a lot of sport as well. So
which balances it out.
Yeah, I guess it does. You know, I surfed and did and rugby and all that sort of stuff. And so they went, "Oh, what is he? He's weird, feminine." No, he's okay. Well, and tap dancing's a bit different as well.
As you got older, did it change or not? It's just that.
No, a little bit, but every time someone would say, you know, you're a bit of a girl, and you dance. I said, yeah, and I'm dancing in a room of 30 girls. And you guys are hugging each other playing rugby. I don't know really who wins here.
It sounds really cool now anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is now. It is now. It's gone through some kind of transformation, I think, in part, thanks to the show you do. The audition stage of Got to Dance has just wrapped up. The live semi-finals start on Sunday. Here are my faves, Cerebro. I love the show. I love the show. It's inspired my hairdresser, Jodie. She's now joined a street dance troupe. I'm hearing it all around me, people that are doing it. Tell me something, first of all, standards overall, are you seeing a step up from last year?
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, obviously, the winner last year, Akai, was pretty phenomenal, and all the finalists were exceptional. But I think just because the show is more well-known, a lot of the dance, particularly the dance crews, have sort of seen what they can do on this TV as a platform for themselves, and indeed to compete against each other.
Have you seen anybody that's?
Yeah,
you have.
Yeah, I've got a couple of. I don't know. I honestly can't say who could win this year because it's going to be very difficult for an audience to try and choose between how close all these good groups are and individuals.
Oh, it's fantastic. I think a show that inspires people to. Because it just strikes me. The Strictly thing, I just can't handle the ballroom dancing bit, whereas this is just, it just seems so much more accessible to me, because it's all forms.
Well, yeah, and it's also, the other thing that I love about the show is that it is that thing, it is that inspiration for us, because it's just what people do around the United Kingdom. It's like, they just do dancing, they don't do it for any other reason, except to get better and better as dancers.
I want to form my own troupe where I could have a baby because I want to do dads that dance. We could just do.
Yeah.
Oh, I could be in that. I'm great at dad dancing.
Kirsty, what have you got for
Yeah, Adam, I must ask you. You took on John Travolta's role brilliantly in the West End.
I saw it, yeah,
Saturday Night Fever. It was excellent. But didn't you have to audition quite a few times?
Yeah,
because Arlene Phillips was the choreographer.
Arlene Phillips was the choreographer.
Who you've obviously worked with before, haven't you?
Yeah, I worked with her in Greece, and she also then directed this as well. Yeah, I auditioned 9 or 10 times.
She doesn't look bad for 150 years old, does she, Arlene? No wonder they booted her off the BBC when they're that ancient and decrepit.
So why
I don't know how to
you...
respond to that.
No, exactly. I think I will keep quiet.
Them's fighting words.
Careful, you know what happened to Andy Gray.
Well, actually, I was cast after about 5, and then they decasted me. Which that happens, I guess. But because I wasn't a name in any way, I'd only done one show in the West End, and they wanted someone to headline it, sort of thing, and I wasn't. And so then they opened castings again, and I auditioned another 5 times. And
but hadn't you done Coyote Ugly before?
No.
Oh,
this
so that
is
was
about 2 or 3 years
because I'm thinking
before.
it's the... Ah.
Yeah.
And you're really in demand at the moment, because I know you've been dividing your time between Australia and London, and you're now going to be dividing your time between London and LA. How'd you do it with the flights?
It's, yeah...
And you came back from Australia...
Yesterday. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Missed Australia Day, but that's all right. It's, I've been drinking beer constantly since, so
obviously.
It should be fine. I don't know. I'm trying to exercise into some sort of, like, torpor, where you just sit there. It's... I don't know. I find it OK. I find it OK. But we'll see in about an hour.
Yeah.
What about the floods over there? What's the latest on that?
Well, they were horrible, and many people died and lost a lot of things. But the amazing the amazing effect, I guess, was the galvanising effect that it
Yeah.
had. Like
That's what we all
Australians,
heard.
it was remarkable. Like tens of thousands of people literally just drove up there, got where they could, and started helping cleaning up and giving things.
Amazing.
And it was really, really.
My favourite
was
photo
really
was the couple
beautiful.
hanging onto the blow-up doll. And then they were told off because they were told that wasn't an approved flotation device. But it had plenty of handholds. That's the thing. So yeah, no, that was my favourite picture of the whole lot. But
Yeah.
it was wonderful to see the footage. You kept thinking, would that happen here? And I'd like to think it would.
I think it would.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
It would.
I mean, and there have been galvanising moments in recent British history that have shown.
Anyway, great to have you here, galvanising
very
our
much.
team. Likewise, you folks at home. Here's what you can expect this morning.